Welcome to unique world premiere, the next Gen 700 von Fendt. You dreamt it, we built it.
You dreamt it.
You dreamt it, we built it. Welcome to our premiere of the new Fendt 700 Vario of the 7th generation. Today we are going to get to know a very special tractor. It not only looks great, it is also the result of passionate development work at Fendt. Part of the Fendt team has just arrived with the new 700 right off the assembly line, and they are going to present the most important details to us. Now, we actually broke the details down into 4 different areas which are particularly important to you, because you dreamt it and Fendt built it. Now, talking about favorite place, I would like to welcome our expert Cornelia Riederer. Connie, what can you tell us up front? Well, I can only tell you that if you have ever sat down in the new 700, you never want to leave it again. Oh, fantastic. And talking about sustainability, I'm going to speak with Oskar Dreyer in a moment. Oskar, what are you going to show us?
Quite a few things. The new 700 offers many new features, all of which contribute to its sustainability.
Great. Welcome also Christoph Baer. Christoph is going to tell us about flexibility and will provide all the insights. Christoph, how flexible is the new 700?
Definitely more flexible than ever. And I can tell you one thing right now. You'll be surprised how flexible it is.
Superb. And I would like to welcome Simon Landgraf, with whom I am going to talk about the extraordinary performance of the new 700. Simon, before we are going to take a close look at the gem, I would like to welcome the marketing head of Fendt, Roland Schmidt, who has dialed in from Markt Oberdorf today. Roland, we are going to present a very special tractor, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. The 700 Vario series is a true success story for Fendt. But the 700 Vario is a hugely important series not only for Fendt, but also for our parent company AGCO. In Europe, our main sales region alone, the market share in the power range between 170 and 240 HP is currently no less than 25%. This means that throughout Europe, 1 in 4 tractors in this power range stems from Markt Oberdorf. In view of the success, you may well ask yourselves the question, why is Fendt presenting the 7th generation of the 700 right now? Well, this question can be answered quite simply with requirements from the various markets. The power range between 200 and 300 HP is the fastest growing power segment in the entire tractor industry in Europe, but also across the world. Growth in Europe over the last 6 years has amounted to a staggering 59%, and globally it has even been as high as 72%. 72% again over the last 6 years. And so the 7th generation of the 700 comes at absolutely the right time. Groundbreaking Fendt innovations such as the low-speed Fendt ID concept or the all-new engine from AGCO Power, which is being used exclusively by Fendt for the first time, in conjunction with the new generation of transmissions. All of that will ensure that we achieve unprecedented fuel efficiency levels in this segment. And this puts the new 700 in line with the 1000 Vario and the 900 Vario. In other words, a typical Fendt tractor that fits our times. But it's not just this completely new state-of-the-art driveline which makes the 700 so unique, but also its smart features and its compact design. And let me give you 2 more examples for this. The first is the unrestricted row crop capability up to 300 HP, especially for North American arable farmers, an important gap we are filling with the new 700. Another example is the CTF, or control traffic farming capability. which we are implementing in conjunction with the new Fendt One operating concept. So you can already see lots of innovations that are the prerequisite for Fendt to realize further growth opportunities between 200 and 300 HP in North America, in South America, but also in Europe and in faraway Australia. And with this, I would like to hand back to you.
Thank you very much, Roland, dear viewers. You've heard it. The new 700 has the complete DNA of Fendt. So, Simon, let us now take a look at this new gem and let us look at it close up. I am really excited to see what are the highlights of the last and youngest family member.
Well, Tanya, with our new 700, we are incredibly proud to completely redefine the subject of performance in the 200 to 300 HP range. We've achieved this with the new engine developed exclusively for Fendt and the new 700 Vario. This engine, refined with Fendt typical highlights, such as our low-speed Fendt ID concept or the new Vario driveline, creates the kind of symbiosis that truly makes this tractor unique. We'll offer the new 700 in 5 different models, from 203 HP all the way up to 303 HP in our top-of-the-range model, the 728 Vario. All these details make the tractor incredibly flexible and versatile. But nonetheless, the sustainability concept has not been overlooked with this vehicle. So this whole package ensures that the new 700 Vario will be the most powerful tractor of its class.
And this is something we are going to see at the very end of our show in a very impressive demonstration. Simon, I think that you have come up with something really special.
Indeed, Tanya. You could almost say that we've misused the tractor. I don't want to give too much away now, but of course I brought a little teaser for you.
Now, what the new 700 was doing on an airfield is something we are going to tell you at the end of our show. Now, let me just tell you, it didn't mow the grass. Simon, thank you very much for this very impressive announcement, and we are really excited. But the new 700 not only has a lot of power and performance, it is also its intrinsic values, as we usually say, are at sight to see. Because it is the driver's workplace, which is used on a daily basis, and that is the place where most of you spend a lot of time.
The cabin, where farmers spend their lives, and more. You dreamt it. My retreat in the field.
Perfectly adjusted to my size and that of my drivers.
Office work should be as cool as driving a Fendt. We built it. Next Gen 700, your workplace becomes your favorite place.
Now, a tractor where most of the farmers, as we aptly heard, spend most of their lives, you simply should feel at ease. And you should also have all the amenities that facilitate your work. Connie, hello. Now, you said before that if you have ever sat down in the new 700, you never want to get off that seat again. Now, what is it like? You are going to tell us now and show why this is your favorite place. Yes, exactly. I am sitting on the new premium seat. Premium because it offers functions and features that you would only know from automotive. For example, you can set the basic settings completely electrically. We also have a memory function, which is really convenient because Simon was driving the tractor before. But that's not a problem. I simply access my user profile and the seat perfectly adjusts to my requirements. Aha! But the memory feature and function is not the only luxury that the new seat offers. What other luxury features does it offer? Yes, we do have a number of other convenience functions, and for that, I would like to access the seat menu here on the terminal. Now, we do have additional functions like the 3-stage seat heating, but also a 3-stage seat climate control, which is great for temperatures like today. And my favorite functions among all is a massage program in the backrest. Oh, yes, I can imagine, and that would probably be my favorite function too. So comfortable and pleasant, no matter whether it's hot or cold. And talking about hot and cold, the cab of the new 700 has something else in store. What is it right next to your seat? Yeah, this is our cool and warm box, and it is designed for long working days in the field. Therefore, you can take along your snacks and your food to the field. Okay, that truly sounds like a favorite place that you never want to leave. Now, it also sounds very smart. So how smart is the new 700 Vario? Yeah, it is so smart that smart farming becomes usable for everybody. Many know Fendt one on board already, that is to say the workplace here in the cab. But with the new 700, for the very first time, we also roll out Fendt one off-board for the broad masses, making digitization as easy as possible for everybody to use the benefits. Okay, that's highly interesting. Now, how does this work in detail? Oh, that's easy. It's simply with a tablet. Within a few seconds, you can actually create a task irrespective of your location. You can transfer to me. I receive the message on my tractor terminal. I know immediately which implement I need and which field it will be for me. And I can get started with my work right away. And once I'm done, you will get a report in your office. And with that, you have all the information ready. Now, we prepared something because I already received a task, and I'm now to start with a disc harrow to do some stubble working. Okay, that sounds really convenient. Okay, Connie, you're off, and we'll see you back again later. Now, honestly, do you not also feel like taking a seat in the new 700, your new favorite place? But this is only one of 4 highlights that we would like to present to you today. The next one is very dear to Fendt and is close to your hearts, as we know too, and that is the important topic of sustainability.
Sustainability, thinking about tomorrow already today. You dreamt it. I want to protect my soil. Support for my business to meet future environmental standards. More power with less fuel. We built it. Next Gen 700, a major contribution to sustainable agriculture. Everybody's talking about sustainability these days. It has almost become a true hype. But for Fendt, sustainability is not just an empty phrase. We really take our responsibilities seriously, and that is why we've adopted a sustainability strategy. 6 fields of action encompass our initiatives for the future. First, sustainable supply chains. Second, energy-efficient production. Third, our employees at the center. Fourth, innovative high-quality products. Fifth, a partnership for sustainable agriculture. And sixth, commitment to adding value to society. In all areas of action, we have set ourselves ambitious goals for the future. And across all areas of the company, we're working in a focused and consistent manner to achieve them. In this way, we are really making an important contribution. And I would like to explain this to you using two areas of action in particular. The first is energy-efficient production, which is also really evident in the new Fendt 700 Vario. We're standing here in the most modern tractor plant in the world, the Fendt plant, here in Marktoberdorf. Amongst others, the new Fendt 700 Vario is being built here. Over the past 4 years, thanks to solar power systems on all roofs and state-of-the-art painting processes, we've already been able to more than halve the CO2 emissions per tractor produced. And of course, the new Fendt 700 Vario also represents our action field of innovative, high-quality products. Fendt solutions will help you to continue to run your farm successfully in the future. And now I hope you will enjoy the launch of the new Fendt 700 Vario.
Now, as we've just heard from Fendt Vice President Christoph Gröblinghoff, the new 700 is built in the most modern tractor plant of the world at Fendt in Marktoberdorf, and it's done so in a particularly energy-efficient method. But also in everyday operation, it's really sustainable. Now, with me at the Schlepper, I would like to welcome Oskar Dreyer, who's going to explain why the new 700 is the pioneer in sustainability. Oskar, I'm really excited to learn this. How can you actually be more sustainable with a more performing tractor?
Well, Tanya, that's a very good question. And to answer that, I would suggest that you and I move to the rear of the new 700 and take a look at the hydraulic connections here. As you can see at first glance, they look different than the previously known couplings. And the attentive viewer at home may also notice that the lines for the leakage oil have disappeared here. Because for the first time, the new 700 can come equipped ex-works with flat ceiling couplings for the connections of the front and rear control units, and as you can see here, also for the Power Beyond connections.
Okay, and what are the benefits that this has for the user?
Well, let me just disconnect this hose for a moment so that we can take a look at the connectors. They are now flat on both the tractor side and the implement side, which means they are super easy to clean. I can simply wipe them with a cloth, and when I reconnect the hose, this reduces the amount of dirt brought into the hydraulic system. This protects the components and, of course, also extends their service lives. And the second, even more important advantage, as you've just seen, when I pulled out the hose, there was no leakage oil. So even with a pressureless return, where otherwise a certain amount of residual oil would still come out, which you would try to catch with a rag or bucket because otherwise it might contaminate the soil or groundwater. Here, this is completely eliminated with the flat ceiling couplings. We have solved this problem.
Okay, super. Now, talking about soil protection, of course, the tires are very important. What role do they play in protecting the soil?
Well, for the tires, I'd suggest we go to the front and take a look at both of them. They, of course, distribute the weight of the tractor on the ground, and as the new 700 has grown in terms of performance, the tires have grown along with it. In concrete terms, this means that we can now fit tires with a diameter of 1.60 meters at the front, and at the rear, where we are standing now, tires with a maximum diameter of 2.5 meters.
Oh, yeah, and that is quite an impressive size when you stand right by it. You say 160. Okay, that could be true. I am 173. And I happen to see the lettering Vario Grip. What does that mean?
Well, Vario Grip stands for a tire pressure control system which is fully integrated into the vehicle and is now also available ex-works for the first time with the new 700 generation. With the Vario Grip tire pressure control system, I can easily adjust the tire pressure to the task at hand from the comfort of the cab, my favorite place via the terminal. In the field, of course, I want to use low air pressure so that I have a large large contact area for my tires, less slip, and better traction transmission, whereas on the road the situation will be reversed. Here I want to drive with the highest possible air pressure to reduce rolling resistance of the tires and at the same time to extend the service lives of the tires. What counts in both cases is if I'm using the optimum tire pressure for the task, I will always be saving on diesel fuel.
Well, great, and we can actually check this live because Connie is out there in the field. Connie, how are you doing? Yeah, I am here in my favorite place, which means the 728 Vario, and I have, of course, attached the 6-meter disc harrow, and I'm working the stubbles. Now, right now, I'm traveling at 11 kilometers per hour, and I've adjusted my tire pressure. Now, that was very easy to do with the Vario grip, and it is just a click in the terminal, and I can easily adjust the tire pressure. Before, I had a tire pressure of 1.6 bar for the road, and right now I'm traveling with 1 bar. And there's simply the benefit because I only have a slip of 3% and the diesel consumption is also lower. Because with a higher tire pressure, it would be much higher. Thank you, Connie, for this impressive demonstration. Oscar, when talking about consumption, the weight of the tractor is also important. How much does the new 700 weigh?
Well, we've remained true to our Fendt philosophy also with the new 700. That means we have a lightweight basic vehicle. We're now talking about an unladen weight of 8.8 tons, and depending on the model, we then have a power-to-weight ratio of up to 30.5 kilograms per HP. That means we're versatile, which of course increases our flexibility.
Superb. Thank you very much for your explanations, Oscar, and for giving the perfect cue, because this takes us straight to the next highlight, flexibility of the new 700.
Flexibility, the challenges of a tractor, as diverse as agriculture itself. You dreamt it? Give me the best front loader in the world. A Fendt for every application. A tractor as agile as a slalom driver. We built it. Next Gen 700, a true all-rounder at your side.
Now, how did our farmers put it so aptly? They want a Fendt for all occasions, but which, in the best case, is as maneuverable and agile as a slalom driver. And this is exactly what the new 700 offers. It's a true all-rounder. And this is something Christoph Baer will explain to us. Christoph, when talking about flexibility, there are many facets with this new 700. So what are we to start with?
Well, let us start with the dimensions. The new 700 has grown somewhat compared to the 700 Vario Gen6. This results in the new front loader. It's now called Cargo 6.100, which offers a higher lifting height and more lifting power. It is also important that we now have installed separate front loader valves. That means that when the front loader is installed, all control units in the front and rear can be used at any time. Attached at the front, we can already see the new universal bucket. It has a width of 2.55 meters, and the hydraulic implement lock can be used in any position. If we have a Cargo Profi front loader like here, we have our well-known weighing function, which is now also usable in all positions. So we can also easily weigh pallets, for example. As we've already heard, the entire tractor has been designed for a low unladen weight, and thus we have a high payload of up to 6.2 tons. And this makes the new 700 a highly flexible and multifunctional vehicle, for example, also with a large mower combination with conditioner and swath merging.
Okay, thank you very much, Christoph. But there is more than the front loader and the payload to make our new 700 so flexible. What else contributes?
Our variable all-wheel drive Vario drive, which is new in the 700, is also very important. Simon will have more to say about that later. Just this much up front, the top speed is 60 kilometers per hour, which makes the 700 also the perfect choice for transport pros. But it also feels at home in heavy tillage, as we've already seen with Connie.
Okay, excellent. Now, talking about flexibility, maneuverability obviously is important. How maneuverable is the new 700?
Well, let us look at the waistline for that. We have a whole lot of space here at the front due to our compact fan. That means we can realize a large steering angle. And together with the pull and turn effect of Vario drive, this gets us outstanding maneuverability. To put it in a nutshell, with a turning circle of around 11 meters, the new 700 is just as maneuverable as a 500 Vario, which, as you know, is much more compact.
And because we not only want to talk about the turning circle, we would like to provide a proof. Oscar has already taken a seat in the 500, and Simon is going to follow him on the new 700. And we have actually set up a little course, so let us see what is happening. Here we go.
And here comes Oscar with the 500, with a 4-cylinder engine, a vehicle known to be very compact and maneuverable, especially as a cultivating tractor. He enters the course, and of course he gets cleanly through it. And behind him you can see Simon with a significantly larger tractor, a 6-cylinder engine. He also enters the course. And you can see this large steering angle. And he also masters the course without problems. And that's what makes our new 700 so versatile, this outstanding maneuverability.
But exactly, Christoph, our field test proved exactly that. The new 700 has exactly the same turning circle as the 500. Well done. And thank you very much, dear experts. Now, dear viewers, we now learned how comfortable the 700 is when you ride in it. We also know how sustainable the engine works. And we also have experienced a true all-rounder. Now, we are once more coming back to performance.
Performance. Farmers rely on their machines every day. You dreamt it? I need power, but not heavy machinery. The comfort of having enough power for all situations. Give me the great feeling of acceleration. We built it. Next Gen 700, performance redefined.
Now, Simon has just demonstrated the turning circle so wonderfully. Now he's going to explain that the 700 really has enough power for just any conceivable situation. Or, like one of our farmers put it, he needs the power, but he doesn't want heavy equipment or machinery. Simon, is there anything comparable in the class 200 to 300 horsepower?
Well, Tanya, this question is pretty easy to answer. No, there is nothing comparable. And to a large degree, that's due to what we find here under this bonnet.
Okay, can we take a look under the bonnet?
Of course.
So what makes the new 700 so enormously powerful?
Well, it all starts with a completely new generation of engines from EcoPower, which was developed exclusively for Fendt and for the new 700 Vario. The 6-cylinder engine with 7.5-liter capacity is, of course, capable of delivering an incredible amount of power on the field, just as well as on the road. It also offers the well-known low-speed Fendt ID concept. Many of our customers are already familiar with this from the large 900 and 1000 Vario tractors. And last but not least, we see here the central element, a pushing high-performance fan. The fan is hydraulically driven and requires a whopping 40% less drive power than a standard fan.
Excellent. And as we've already heard, all that pays into sustainability, because the new 700 is also using a low fuel consumption. Now, what other attributes should we highlight?
Well, there are quite a few more, actually. Amongst others, we now also have the option of generating a hydraulic output of up to 220 liters per minute on the new 700 Vario. Another major highlight here is our new transmission. We've installed the Vario Drive driveline, which many customers already know from our 900 and 1000 Vario. Vario Drive can transfer the extremely high torque of just 1500 Newton meters generated by this engine to the tires with grip in a matter of seconds. In other words, if slippage occurs on the front axle, the intelligently controlled all-wheel clutch automatically closes and all the power is transferred to the rear axle. And that, of course, also works vice versa. The driver doesn't really notice any of this except for permanent traction in any situation. And best of all, this all-wheel drive clutch works completely automatically, and Vario Drive also enables speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour.
Wow, superb, Simon. Thank you very much for your impressive explanation. The new 700 really has power under the bonnet. And this is what we would like to demonstrate to you, dear viewers. And this takes us straight to the climax of our show today. Now, our experts have thought of an extraordinary experiment, and it will show what the new 700 is capable of doing with this extraordinary performance and Vario Drive. So much now, it is going to be spectacular.
This stunt was performed by professionals on a closed-off area. Do not attempt to recreate this. Pure performance for any mission.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen anything like that before? And as we always say, please don't try to recreate it. Please leave this to the pros. And I'm really glad that my pros are back here with me on stage. Thank you very much to all of you, Conny, Simon, Oscar, and Christoph. And now I'm really excited to learn what is the highlight of the new 700 to you. Well, the 700 is, of course, my favorite place. Super. And for you, Oscar, what's your highlight?
Well, that from the production at our plant marked Oberdorf to the field use, the focus has been consistently on sustainability.
Wonderful. Christoph, your highlight?
Thanks to its great flexibility, the new 700 is a true all-rounder.
Super, Simon. And you get to say the closing words. What is the highlight of the new 700 for you?
Well, the 700 Vario is definitely the best tractor we have ever built.
And that is a worthy closing remark. Dear viewers, I hope that you enjoyed our show. For more details, interesting information, and of course our glider film, you will find on our Fendt.com website. It was great to have you here. Thank you.